Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Leo informs Joy about the script revisions that are separating her and Chanel on today's episode of Days of Our Lives. She asks frightfully if this will become Lady Whistleblower before fleeing. As Leo leaves, he greets Javi and wishes him a happy new year. When Leo claims that Lady Whistleblower got near with the most recent column jab, it was about him, Javi queries what transpired. After learning that Leo had destroyed their relationship, she pursued his career. Leo is aware that someone is trying to harm him, but neither Javi nor Hattie are the author. Javi mentions that Rafe is investigating Lady Whistleblower's identity and reassures Leo that his cousin will soon discover the truth. Leo tells Javi how much he was wounded and how much he should have realized that Javi is different, and he apologizes once more for what he did. According to Rafe's relative, Leo should stop feeling sorry for him because he has moved on. Leo smiles and offers to be his friend as he talks about spending New Year's alone and without many pals. As they converse in the square, Days Javi observes Leo with disinterest. Javi assures Leo that he doesn't despise him and that he is tired of being called a liar and thief. He actually wants to be friends with Leo and is happy to see him. Carrie walks over as they shake on it. Javi looks stunned, then smiles as he greets his boyfriend. Carrie observes that Javi appeared friendly with Leo and is informed that they have moved past their past. They return to the house for lunch after Carrie dismisses it and says he's okay with it. Carrie gives Leo a shoulder pat as Javi bids him go. Days after reading from her tablet at home, Stephanie anxiously glances up at Abe. Joy and Alex spend the new year together, according to what Stephanie is reading in Lady Whistleblower. Ticking at the most recent column, Abe knocks on the door. Together, they read it through, criticizing the program, Abe's production abilities, Kate's involvement, and even his tenure as mayor. He insists that Stephanie silence Lady Whistleblower right now. Body and soul will end if they don't put an end to it. Steph tells Abe she's working on it. Fearing more trouble, he thanks her and goes to the office, where Chanel and Johnny are fighting. After having an epiphany, Stephanie decides to visit Chad at the Hortons. In the Horton living room, Days Abigail grins at Chad while they converse. She threatens to have body and soul cancelled until she can identify Lady Whistleblower. Since the individual is nameless and he wants to honor their desires, Chad claims he cannot and will not tell her. Chad wants to be fair, but Stephanie warns him that this could ruin her program. His columnist has his support. Oh, I see. How about your pals? The First Amendment does not apply here. They are being pursued maliciously by his employee. At last, she persuades him to investigate. In addition, Bonnie is reading Whistleblower and criticizing both herself and her acting abilities. Just as Hattie comes in to wish her a happy new year, she throws the iPad away in disgust. Hattie claims that Bonnie demands to know what she wants once she enters through the unlocked front door. Hattie claims she wants to apologize after some effort. Days Hattie looks surprised and retreats in the Kiriaki's living room as Bonnie sneers and extends her hands menacingly. She is not confessing to being a Lady Whistleblower, as Bonnie believes. Bonnie reluctantly acknowledges that Hattie isn't truly able to write a column. Rather, Hattie is expressing regret for her attempt to have her best friend fired. Being pushed down an elevator shaft was comeuppance, she admits. Hattie says she learned her lesson and misses Bonnie, but Bonnie is hesitant to forgive. After receiving some praise, Bonnie decides to start over and become friends again because they both miss each other. To embrace, they pull in. Bonnie then advises Hattie to go speak with Leo in order to get her back on the show. Hattie was unaware that they had created a space for her to return. They leave for Leo. Chanel informs Johnny she's quitting in the body and soul offices, but he tries to talk her out of it by claiming she enjoys working on the show. She did, but after meeting him and Joy, that changed. She's finished with him and the show. Chanel informs Johnny about her encounter with Joy when he inquires about what transpired. She promises him that she would return to her first love after she quits. Not Allie, but Sweet Bits. She has a romantic partner. She tries to leave after hurling a few disgusting jabs at his deceitful face, but Johnny stops her and informs her that he and the show need her. Days as Johnny and Chanel both appear agitated, Abe appears in the body and soul office, holding his hand and wondering if he's interrupting. Chanel informs him of her choice and declares her immediate resignation from body and soul. "The hell you are," snarls Abe. Chanel responds, "You're not really going to sue your stepdaughter for breach of contract after she signs a contract. She must stay even though Abe apologizes and claims he won't. She is a member of one of the most plausible couples on the show. Furthermore, they are unable to recast her. The show will be completely destroyed by the audience." Johnny informs her that he will resign rather than her. As they converse at a table at the pub, Day's joy gives Alex a displeased expression. Alex stops by the Brady pub to pick up his order while Joy is dejectedly reading the column on her phone. He shrugs and says, "At least they're talking about us," as they cross paths and she passes him the phone. Joy then shares her experience with Chanel with him. Joy doesn't see how Chanel will forgive her or ever collaborate with her, despite Alex's assurances that things will improve with time. She says that she has no plans to stop, but she does feel awful. Alex advises her to move on, forgive herself, and start over. Joy concurs, regardless of how much Chanel despises her, a new year means a new outlook. Although Johnny maintains that losing a director is preferable to losing a star, Abe is also unhappy about that. However, Chanel would still need to collaborate with Joy. She's finished. Chanel stomps out. Days in his chamber, Leo presents gifts to Hattie and Bonnie. Leo is trying to write in his room in the last moments of the program when Bonnie and Hattie knock on his door. Now that they have reconciled, it is time to restore Charlemagne. Leo clarifies that it's not his choice, but they believe it would be simpler if he joined. In agreement, Leo takes out the show Bible, which is tied with a ribbon, and forces Hattie to swear that she is not Lady Whistleblower. Fantastic! He'll write her back to life, pending approval. Johnny regrets any inconvenience this may have caused them. Abe simply hopes Stephanie can uncover Lady Whistleblower before the scandal erupts. Chad notices that Lady Whistleblower is being paid by the Horton household via an LLC account located in Rochester, New York. That's all, though. Days Carrie is speaking to Javi in the kitchen, and he gives him an uneasy shrug. Carrie insists on knowing Javi's motivation for wanting to be friends with Leo. When Javi says that everyone deserves a second opportunity, he simply shakes his head. Javi says he wants to hear about Carrie's experience in Rochester, but he wants to talk about something else first. Carrie stealthily takes out his phone as a Lady Whistleblower and writes that he's just getting started while he's taking a shower.